My name is Andrew Goldstein, and I'm the executive producer at Otherworld Interactive, which is a content studio for virtual reality and augmented reality content. The piece that we have in the Cleveland International Film Festival is called Sisters. It's a virtual reality ghost story that is for mobile phones. Sisters is a haunted house experience where you're in a room and there are ghosts and creepy dolls, and the application responds to where you're looking. So it knows what you're looking at and will respond accordingly. So Sisters was one of the first virtual reality pieces that was a horror experience, and so it was launched with the Google Cardboards, and it has been featured on that store. It shows what you can do with the horror genre in virtual reality, and that's kind of how we like to talk about Sisters, is saying that virtual reality is a new medium, and some things will work really well in it, and some things won't. A really good example is that I think horror works really well because you're in the space, whereas comedy is a lot harder to get right because comedy is situational. So if you're not looking at what's happening, it's harder to laugh. So we like to say that Sisters works because horror works really well. When I say it's an emerging medium, I think virtual reality is a completely new thing. Like if you look at books, plays, television, I think virtual reality is kind of set aside. It's something different. It is not the next step of film. It is a new medium to tell stories in, like we tell stories in all those other mediums. And I give a lecture on this a lot, in that when each of those mediums came about, the first thing that people did is they tried to take the last medium and cram stories into it from that. So think of it, the first plays were books, the first television shows were plays, the first VR stuff is coming from the film industry. And it takes a while for us to understand how to build up that medium to use it more for its advantages. And I think that's the point that we are in virtual reality right now, is that we're taking what we know from film and we're trying to throw it at virtual reality and kind of see what sticks, so then later in years we'll know that and we can build better stories in this medium.